I'm Molly.
I'm Julie.
And I'm Jen.
And welcome to FOLCs Forever, a Lois and Clark Rewatch podcast.
We're three fans who've been loving LNC since 1993. We've recapped all of season 1, so we encourage you to go back and listen to those episodes if you haven't already.
Before we dive into season 2, we wanted to show our appreciation for some folks from season 1 who may have only gotten a small mention on our podcast previously. Guest stars who appeared in a handful of, or maybe even one episode, but who left a lasting impression on us.
Of course, we would like to cover everyone, but realistically, we knew we'd each have to pick a handful of actors who either appeared in multiple episodes or who mean something to us personally.
There is an actor whose name never appeared in the opening theme, but was in nearly 1/3 of season 1, and he'll be back in season 2. It's Tony J, aka Nigel St. John.
Well, all is set, sir. The 10:35 is on schedule.
Very good, Nigel.
Tony J was born in London in 1933. As a young man, he was in the Royal Air Force. In his younger years, he enjoyed acting at school, but initially for a career, he went into the real estate business. In the 1960s, he moved to South Africa, where he found himself doing some voice work and taking small roles. Besides acting, he also wrote scripts, and he appeared in some commercials. In 1973, he moved back to the UK and began getting lots of roles on TV, film, and on stage. In 1986, he played Vincent Crummies in an 8.5-hour stage production of The Life and Adventures of Nicholas Nickleby, performed at Stratford-upon-Avon. Yes, an 8.5-hour play, sometimes performed in 4-hour segments. He also played Jaggers in a production of Great Expectations and was also involved in many other classic lit-to-stage productions like Timon of Athens, The Three Sisters, and The Merchant of Venice. But that 8-hour Nicholas Nickleby production is what eventually brought him to the U.S. The production came to several cities, and Tony J was nominated for a Drama Desk Award in 1987. Beginning in the 90s, he became the voice of several Disney villains.
So you want me to throw her father into the asylum unless she agrees to marry you? Oh, that is despicable. I love it.
He was the asylum director in Beauty and the Beast, Frollo in The Hunchback of Notre Dame, and Shere Khan in the series Tailspin, and later in The Jungle Book 2. He lent his voice to many other kids' TV series over the years, including Animaniacs, Darkwing Duck, and Gargoyles. He appeared on TV series including Picket Fences, Murphy Brown, Star Trek The Next Generation, The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr., Twin Peaks, Newhart, and The Golden Girls. He also provided voices for Spider-Man, X-Men, Superman, the animated series, and dozens of video games. Tony J wasn't in a lot of live-action films, but a few notable ones include Twins, My Stepmother is an Alien, and Time Bandits. In 2005, he released an audio CD called Tony J Speaking of Broadway, where he speaks the lyrics of Broadway songs while the melody plays along. The album is available digitally on Spotify, Apple Music, etc.
Look for the silver lining
Whene'er a cloud appears in the gloom, remember somewhere the sun is shining, and so the right thing.
She was supposed to be in the main cast. Alas, she only ended up being in 3 episodes. I'm talking about the woman who played Lucy Lane, Elizabeth Barondes.
That reminds me, can I borrow your gray suit?
Lucy, you're already wearing my gray suit. You know, you stay out half the night. You are totally irresponsible.
So I'm grounded?
I am not trying to play big sister here.
No, but you're unhappy with yourself, so you're ragging on me.
Elizabeth Barondes has been in television and film and interactive media, and she's also done theater, which I had a hard time finding anything about theater, but she was born on June 28, 1964 in Sausalito, California. She was raised in La Jolla, California, and she later attended UCLA, where she earned a degree in history before pursuing a career in acting. Elizabeth began her screen career in the late 1980s, and her first on-screen credit was in the short film Moonlight Resurrection. It was in 1988. Later in 1991, she appeared in a comedy called Oscar, starring Sylvester Stallone, and that kind of helped establish her in feature films. So then in 1993, she was cast in our beloved television series, Lois and Clark. And obviously, we all know that on Lois and Clark, she played Lucy Lane, the younger sister of Lois. As I said before, she only appeared in 3 episodes of the first season, the pilot, Strange Visitor from Another Planet, and Neverending Battle. So initially on the show, she lived with her older sister, and she offered her own, support to Lois, and, was kind of just the little sister that cared about Lois's love life.
Mr. Right could be right out there.
Oh, come back to Earth, Lucy. This is reality we're talking about.
Eventually, the role was recast, unfortunately. Beyond Lois and Clark, Elizabeth continued to work across film and television. She appeared in a number of movies throughout the 1990s and early 2000s, including The Cool Surface in 1994, Natural Selection in 1999, and Walking Tall, Lone Justice in 2007. Her TV work expanded with guest roles on procedural dramas like ER. She also did an episode of Judging Amy. In addition to the on-screen roles, she also took part in interactive media. Notably, she played Panther Farnsworth in the interactive movie game Wing Commander 4: The Price of Freedom, which is like a cinema performance with video game storytelling or something like that. Some other noteworthy roles included Alice in Full Body Massage, rated R, in 1995. The Ring was a movie in 1996 where she played Tammy Lieberman. She was in The Big Easy for 1 episode, and she was in another rated R movie called Implicated. Her latest role was in 2014 when she played in Badass 2, Badasses.
Oh my God.
It sounds badass. I may have to watch it.
She also has been active in theater. She has done a range of productions on and off Broadway, as well as in regional theater. There are some Broadway, IMDb type places out there. I couldn't find her. So I don't know. If anyone out there knows some of the shows she's done or whatever, please let me know, because I am legitimately curious. I want to know. I could not find a darn thing. She is married to Jonathan David Eisenberg. Anyway, that's what I have for Elizabeth.
I did not realize she's older than Terry Hatcher. They were born the same year, and she was like a June baby.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
She's
okay.
June 28, 1964.
Big manhunt started last night. They think he may be headed for Metropolis. These wanted posters go up today.
So someone outside of the main cast who played a Daily Planet staffer with a name and who actually got lines in more than 1 episode? It could only be our dearly departed Eduardo Frias, Miguel Sandoval. Dearly departed?
I know. Well, he
He's
left
still
episode-
alive.
No, Eduardo is dearly departed. Do you want to retake that?
No, it's fine. I was like, wait, what? Eduardo
Did he
Frias.
die?
No, he's
On the
alive.
show?
No,
No,
he did not die.
He just went away.
Oh, okay.
He disappeared. Who
Departed
knows?
that way. Okay. Got it.
Yes, he was the other Daily Planet reporter that you see at the conference room table. So Miguel was born November 16th, 1951 in Washington, D.C. You may not know this guy by name, but you know him when you see his face. Jen says no. I don't know who this guy is.
I'm going to be real honest, guys. I'm bad at this, but continue.
He began working as a professional actor in 1975 when he joined a mime school in Albuquerque, New Mexico, which I thought was kind of interesting that he studied mime. He currently resides in Los Angeles, California with his wife, Linda, and they have a daughter named Olivia, who actually portrayed his character's daughter on the show Medium, which was kind of cool. He began his film career in the early 80s. He had small roles in acclaimed films as Do the Right Thing, Jungle Fever, and Jurassic Park. A little-known movie, Jurassic Park.
Red, you'll never get him out of Montana. Luz, más luz.
Why not?
Muchachos, échame luz!
Sí, why not?
Because Grant's like me. He's a digger. Qué lindo eres.
So after appearing in Clear and Present Danger in 1994, he began to take on larger roles and appeared in Get Shorty, Up Close and Personal, and Blow. Before becoming a familiar TV face, he had a strong background also in theater. Though, again, I could not find anything about theater, so we're just going to go with what that says. So this guy specializes in playing dads, detectives, doctors, bosses, teachers, basically any kind of morally grounded person. He has appeared in so many popular TV shows. We're talking ER, NYPD Blue, The West Wing, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Grey's Anatomy, Law and Order. So many, I could keep going on, but that's a pretty good filmography right there. He's probably best known for his role on the drama series Medium, which took place in 2005 up until 2011, where he played DA Manuel Davalos. He has also directed. He directed several episodes of Medium. He co-starred as Judge Hernandez in Bad Judge, an American legal comedy television series, which was co-created by Anne Heche. That was in 2014. He has a lot of good movies. Has anybody seen Howard the Duck?
Yes.
Did you just say good movies? Did you know?
I was going to say.
I did. I love that.
Howard the Duck. That is so weird. That movie is
It's
such a
such-
weird movie. But it's
Exactly.
nostalgic.
It is. It's a classic, weird, good, bad movie. Howard the Duck. He was in that.
I'm surprised Molly doesn't like it because it's got
Yeah, she brought me
Dawson.
in and I was like, what have you done? What have you done?
Fair.
Molly
fair.
and her Back to the Future love. Come on, you
I
have to
know.
love Howard the Duck. Anyway, this guy has done pretty much everything. Doogie Howser, Renegade, Home Improvement, Seinfeld, Frasier, Superman the Animated Series, Batman Beyond, Jackie Chan Adventures. I kind of want to watch that. The X-Files.
Let's hear it. Chief, this is a temperature chart of greater metropolis taken over successive days. Each temperature rise correlates to some super effort by Superman.
Coincidence.
Maybe. But most physicists do think that his power is solar induced.
So lots of things are solar powered. Why blame Superman?
And one other little tidbit that I thought was kind of interesting is that he has played in 4 movies with Samuel L. Jackson. Do the Right Thing, Jungle Fever, White Sands, and of course, Jurassic Park. A guy you may not know by name, but maybe by face.
Don't let them take me, Superman. I love you. Oh, no, Lex, I love you. Will you wait for me?
No.
It's time for a round of 60 seconds of shout-outs. Shout out to Morgan Fairchild, Miranda in Pheromone My Lovely, who can be found on Blue Sky as Morg Fair. She recently started a podcast with her sister and fellow actress, Catherine Hart, called Two Bitches from Texas.
Nice. Okay.
Another shout out to Courtney Peldon, Amy Valdez in Smart Kids, who made her Broadway debut at the age of 7 in Meet Me in St. Louis. Ever wish you could watch a Broadway performance from the 80s, but thought, nah, they'd never record those? Never underestimate the power of a brave videographer because it's now on YouTube. Courtney, you were adorable. And finally, a shout out to Jennifer Lewis, who played the medium in All Shook Up. Jennifer has written 2 books, The Mother of Black Hollywood, a memoir, and Walking in My Joy in These Streets, which I have right here. If you like funny, honest memoirs, check them out.
Yes, you see, small-town ties mean a lot. Any other man would have given up his contact in a minute, but this man took sodium pentothal, a couple of broken fingers, and he still wouldn't talk.
You could say our next actor appeared in 2 episodes, but it would probably be more accurate to say he dominated 2 episodes. We're talking about the man who played Jason Trask, Terence Knox. Terence was born on December 16, 1946, in, drumroll, Richland, Washington, Pacific Northwest represent. I don't know if our listeners know this yet or at all, but Molly and I are in the Pacific Northwest, so he's just like 3 hours north of us. He has been acting for more than 4 decades, and he's probably best known for several prominent TV roles in the 1980s and 90s, but he is in our show, Lois and Clark, only during the first season, and I'll get to that. But he was born Terry Davis in 1946, and before stepping into acting full-time, he pursued his academics and athletics. He actually attended Washington State University, earning a degree in English, and then he went on to complete his Master of Fine Arts in acting at, are you ready for this? Because this blew my mind. This is what I am so excited to tell you guys. You guys, he went to my alma mater. He went to Portland State University.
Hey,
I know.
awesome.
I freaked out when I went and I double checked at a couple different sources. But yes, he got his MFA at PSU, where I went. We have walked the same grounds, you guys. I'm so happy about this. Okay, now I have to come down.
Oh my gosh.
So before becoming a professional actor, he worked as a substitute teacher, and he was also a highly successful amateur boxer with a very impressive record. Apparently, he won 56 times, and he only had 1 loss.
Can you contact Superman?
You mean by telephone or?
By any means possible. Telepathy, for example. Can you contact Superman?
So he made his screen debut in 1980 in a Robert Zemeckis comedy called Used Cars. And he first gained major attention on a television series called Saint Elsewhere, which apparently was kind of big in 1982 to 1984. And he played Dr. Peter White. He then became recognized for his role as Sergeant Clayton Zeke Anderson on Tour of Duty, which was in 1987 to 1990. He also was in films such as Children of the Corn 2, The Final Sacrifice in 1992. And he had a host of TV roles ranging from police dramas to science fiction. He appeared on Lois and Clark in 1993. He was Jason Trask, the obsessive agent from the government who believes that Superman has to be controlled or, caught, stopped. And he appeared in Strange Visitor from Another Planet and later The Green Glow of Home. He was only in 2 episodes, but he was a fan favorite by many of us. Following his appearance on Lois and Clark, he continued to work steadily in TV and film through the 1990s and 2000s. He had guest roles on shows such as Sequest 2032, 6 Feet Under, and Walker, Texas Ranger. And he also starred in a number of shorter-lived series and made several stage appearances, including productions of Ordinary People and Frost Nixon in his hometown later in life. Also did Murder, She Wrote, Twilight Zone, Silk Stockings, The Road Home, The Pretender. But anyway, that's what I have on Terence Knox.
Mr. Simon Truesdale, former board member of the Daily Planet, has had a sudden attack of conscience. He's now willing to admit he received a substantial cash inducement, I think he called it, to support the sale of the planet to Luther.
Any particular reason for this sudden attack of conscience?
Well, it may have something to do with a certain videotape which he hopes his wife never receives.
for a woman.
Not after the divorce settlement.
He appeared in a mere 4 episodes, but he made a lasting impression on our dear super secret knowing Jack, Chris Demetral. Chris Demetral began acting as a child. In 1989, at the age of 12/13, he had appearances on The Wonder Years, Empty Nest, Major Dad, and Mr. Belvedere. He had a small role in the star-studded, corny time capsule Disneyland's 35th anniversary celebration, which is on YouTube, and appeared in the straight-to-video series McGee and Me, which Julie and I both watched as kids. He also appeared on Star Trek: The Next Generation. In 1990, he got the role of the main character's son, Jeremy, on the TV series Dream On, which ran until 1996. As the 90s went on, he appeared on Blossom, Step by Step, Beverly Hills 90210, and Dawson's Creek. He had roles in many TV movies, including 1991's Sometimes They Come Back. In 1996 and 97, he appeared in 3 TV movies, kind of in a row. The first was Dallas J.R. Returns, also starring Tracy Scoggins, in which he took over the role of Christopher Ewing, the adopted son of Bobby Ewing.
How about that? Did you fair and square?
Well, you're becoming quite a hand on the rank, son. You can ride with the best of them.
Yeah, well, I had a real good teacher, Dad.
He then played the son of the main character in For Hope, which was directed by Bob Saget. The story was based on Bob Saget's sister, who suffered from a devastating disease. His next role was as Tony Johnston in Journey of the Heart, in which he played a genius who had been blind since childhood, but had become an exceptional piano player. The movie focuses on the relationships between Tony, his brother, and his single mom, played by Sybil Shepherd. I should also mention, he was in a movie that hasn't aged well, but somehow every millennial saw and still talks about. He had a very small role in the 1994 movie Blank Check. That is all I'll say about that. In the early 2000s, he had the lead role in the Canadian TV series The Secret Adventures of Jules Verne. He also appeared on CSI and provided voices for The Wild Thornberrys and Batman Beyond. His last credited role was an episode of the 2002 series The Zeta Project. He can be found on Instagram.
Hey, Clark. Luther was wrong about you.
Thanks. Come on.
It is time for another round of 60 seconds of shout-outs. Shout-out to Patrika Darbo, Helene Morris from I'm Looking Through You, who appeared in over 450 episodes of Days of Our Lives and who won a Primetime Emmy Award in 2016. Shout out to David Warner, R.I.P., who played Jor-El in Foundling. He narrated multiple audiobooks, including Ivanhoe, Robinson Crusoe, and the complete sonnets of William Shakespeare. If you can't get enough of his iconic voice, fear not, for it is preserved eternal. And speaking of unforgettable voices, shout out to the late James Earl Jones, who played Franklin Stern in The House of Luther. He was one of only 27 people, as of this recording, to have an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony, the legendary EGOT status. David Warner and James Earl Jones are just 2 of the many first-season guest stars and supporting cast members who have passed on in the last 30-odd years. We'd like to take some time to acknowledge those who have parted ways from us. Thank you for being on this show. We remember you and honor you. And before we mention these names, I'd also like to give some love to Eddie Jones, Jonathan Kent, and Lane Smith, Perry White, 2 main cast members who have also departed our plane of existence, but we will be doing profiles on them coming up in a future episode. Just don't want to forget them here. Lots of love to the following: Mel Winkler, Persis Kambata, Gloria Leroy, Gregory Millar, Jerry Black, Robert Rothwell, Lee Weaver, Adrian Ricard, Larry Linville, Roy Brocksmith.
Lou Cutel, Rich Brinkley, Will Albert, George Murdoch, Joseph Campanella, Leslie Jordan, Jack Carter, Francine York, Leslie Rivers, Bob McCracken.
Cliff Madaw, Gene Spiegel Howard, Matt Rowe, John LaMotta, Dennis Arndt, Shoshani Hall, Bergen Williams, Rosalind Cash, Sonny Bono, Hunani Min.
Harley Silver, Richard Libertini, Charles Cyphers, Richard Rote, Claudette Nevins, Richard Belzer, Ryal Hawkins, Lee Mathis, Myrna Niles, Paul Gleason,
Dean Stockwell, Sam Rubin, Megan McCallman, Phyllis Coates, Richard Stahl, Tony J.
That's so many people.
I know.
Ugh.
So many people.
And that's just first season. And I'm sure there's some that we missed.
Yeah.
But that's a lot. That's a lot of people. Jeez.
Somebody call a cop?
Oh, finally. All right, Henderson, what's our first move?
Lois, you live here?
No.
Then our first move is you butt out, okay? Thank you.
We loved him for his back and forth banter with Lois, for helping Clark, and for his part in taking down Lex. He may have been the third Inspector Henderson on our show, but he's number one in our hearts. Richard Belzer.
Did I mention don't touch anything, Lois?
Moi?
Thank you.
Richard Belzer was born August 4th, 1944 in Bridgeport, Connecticut. His cousin is actor Henry Winkler. Did you guys know that?
No.
Wow.
What?
I did not know that. Fonzie from Happy Days is his cousin. From what I'm finding, it seems like he's had kind of a difficult childhood. He lost both of his parents shortly after high school. He was a paper boy, later worked as a reporter for several newspapers around the country. He's also been a teacher, a census taker, a jewelry salesman, and a dock worker. So he's had many jobs. He also, it sounds like he was expelled from pretty much every school that he went to, even Dean Junior College in Massachusetts. So I think he may have been kind of a troublemaker in school, possibly. He was married 3 times. After his first divorce, he relocated to New York City and began working as a stand-up comic.
I'd like to do for you now, ladies and gentlemen, my impression of Michelangelo. This is my impression of Michelangelo. Ceilings, nothing more than ceilings. Get it? Good. Okay, and now...
Did you guys know that he was a stand-up comic? I did not either. I don't know anything about this guy until I started looking this up, and it's kind of interesting. He came up alongside comedy legends, Robin Williams, Billy Crystal, Jerry Seinfeld. He made his big screen debut in the 1974 film The Groove Tube, which was starring Chevy Chase, a film that grew out of the comedy group Channel One that he was also a part of. He had a radio career. He was featured on the National Lampoon's Radio Hour with co-stars, get this, John Belushi, Chevy Chase, Bill Murray, Gilda Radner, and Harold Ramis. He became the warm-up comedian for Saturday Night Live in its first season and appeared several times on the show. He often played stand-up comics in films, including the 1980s Fame and the 1983 Scarface. He had small roles here and there, including Night Shift in 82 and Fletch Lives in 1989. Did you guys know that he was in The Big Picture? Also a Terry movie. I don't remember him in that movie, but it's been many years. He also appeared in a few music videos, one of which was Pat Benatar. Like, this guy has done a lot of stuff. He hosted his own comedy show, The Richard Belzer Show, on Cinemax, and hosted the Lifetime cable TV talk show Hot Properties. I can't see this guy as a talk show host. I need to find some of this. I meant to look it up. There's got to be some on YouTube or something. But one episode of Hot Properties, he had Hulk Hogan on the show, which was then at that time a WWE wrestler. He asked him to demonstrate a wrestling move on him. Hogan put him in a chokehold. He passed out, hit his head, and ended up in the hospital. And then he sued him and won. He used the settlement money to buy a home in France, which he called like Shea Hogan or something, which I thought was funny. So, but what most people know him for is for playing Detective John Munch. Detective Munch is one of television's most iconic characters, in which he portrayed for 23 years. Belzer is the only actor in television history to play the same character, Detective John Munch, in 11 different live-action series across 6 different networks, creating one of the biggest fictional universes ever. That is unheard of, that you play the same character on all of these different shows. Homicide, Life in the Street, Law and Order, X-Files, Arrested Development, 30 Rock. It goes on and on. So by the 90s, he was appearing frequently on television. He was a regular on The Flash as a news anchor and reporter. And then, of course, Lois and Clark. Couple little tidbits about him. He was considered for the role of Clark Griswold in the National Lampoon's Vacation. He appears on the cover of Billy Joel's album Turnstiles. He was deeply interested in skepticism and government conspiracies, and he wrote several books questioning things and challenging people to think about them. He published his theories on the JFK assassination, Marilyn Monroe, Elvis, the Malaysia Airlines Flight 370, Princess Diana, and UFOs. I'm going to have to buy one of these books or something because some of these sound kind of interesting. He's also written some books on how to be a stand-up comic. He wrote I Am Not a Cop, a novel, and I Am Not a Psychic. After leaving SVU in 2016, he pretty much stepped away from acting, choosing more of a private life. He died from respiratory disease complications in 2023 in France at 79 years old.
Wow.
So let's say all of these actors from season 1, every single person who appeared on season 1, somehow living or not living, if you could meet one of them, like if you could have gone to a fan con and met one of them, who would be number 1, 2, and 3 on your list, or even, number 1 if you can't think of 3?
Ooh,
I got
I'm
one.
picking Leslie Jordan for sure.
That's what I was Absolutely.
I loved him. Loved him.
Yes. And we will profile him next season because he does come back.
Yeah.
Leslie Jordan. I mean, Richard Belzer would be pretty cool. Terence Knox.
Yeah, you're like any of the people we covered today, right?
Yeah. Those guys. Yeah.
I mean, Phyllis Coates would be cool.
Absolutely. Duh. Yeah.
Well, I know Jim Beaver from I'm Looking Through You does go to cons, so he's somebody you could spot.
Elliot Gould.
Elliot Gould, he's still alive. Yes,
he is.
That
He's
might be
still
who
alive.
I'd pick, actually, if we're just doing living people, because...
Yeah, he'd be fun.
He's cool. Who would you not want to meet? I have a list. No, I don't want to go there.
Let's
Mr.
hear
Makeup, number 1. No.
Oh.
I think Dean Stockwell would have been cool, just because I really loved Quantum Leap. So Dean Stockwell would have been cool.
Yeah.
Molly does not want to meet. Who's the one that played in the Magic episode? What's her name?
Fun fact. She has been married since 1990 to George Newbern, aka Guy from Father of the Bride, and he plays Superman on what's the one he plays Superman on? Yeah.
Crazy.
This brings me to another point. So, fun facts. As I was looking up people on here, I learned that Phil Mickelson was only 23 when he shot those scenes in Witness. I about died.
Not okay. Not okay,
There's
Molly.
no
We're
way.
not okay with this.
But it actually makes the episode kind of funny now to think that there's this little 23-year-old telling Clark, who's 27, like how to be better at golf. It's like having a young whippersnapper tell you what to do. It kind of changes the episode or that scene a little bit. Just saying.
He looks like he's 40.
Well, because he's
in that
wearing the
episode.
whole like polo shirt ensemble. So I mean, yeah.
And I guess when you're a kid, everyone who's old looks old. Everyone who's like older than you, who has a desk job, is like 40 and up, right?
Yes. I have another fun fact for you. We didn't mention this when this episode came out, but in Ides of Metropolis, our big-haired detective, as Jenn called her, Melanie Mayron, is beloved for directing the 1995 movie The Babysitter's Club. She's also on socials a bit. She's a like advocate for all the things and kind of a cool person.
Cool. Awesome. I should follow her.
Do I like that version of The Babysitter's Club? Not so much, but it's a thing.
Is that the one with Gia, Marla
Yeah,
Sokolov?
it got Gia.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
I would like to meet Beverly Johnson. I think she's so just divine. I don't know. She's so beautiful. And just, of course, I'd be like Lois when meeting her. I'd just be like, I can't.
Remind me who she played.
Mrs. Cox.
Miss Cox.
Oh, of course. Duh.
David Warner would be cool because Titanic.
Because of Titanic. You know. We're like, Eliza Roberts, I have your outfit.
Yeah, Eliza Roberts.
Yeah,
you have her outfit. Where's David Warner's outfit? You got to be on the hunt for that. You got to have the pair.
I tried. I won't say I almost,
Really?
but I knew who had it. And then I asked if they still had it and they had already sold it. I was sad.
So it's out there.
I was so sad. It's out there still. Yeah, it is out there.
The actor from season 1, who we are actually the most curious about and yet know nothing of. If anyone knows this person, please get in contact with us. Dark hair, sort of not handsome enough for Cap, not a bad looking dude. Oh, Applegate, where are you?
Yeah.
I love
DMs, Applegate.
It is going to go down in history as our most requested need. Who is this guy? Like,
according
we must
to
find
AI,
him.
he's like 10 different people, but
according to AI, he's an alien. So
there's that. Here, I'm gonna bring this up real quick here.
I would love to find out who Applegate is and get him on here just for fun.
100%.
Find Applegate.
And then we're gonna go on Google Images and we're going to find him because it's very important.
Is it a screen capture?
It's from that wanted poster that you guys made. This is American actor and comedian Larry David. The image shows him in character as George Costanza's father, Frank Costanza, in the sitcom Seinfeld.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Let's try again.
Do not trust AI. Is this AI?
Yes.
This is pathetic.
Didn't it say like he was a humanoid like thing?
The image appears to be a still from one of his acting roles where he is wearing formal attire.
Nah.
It was funnier last time because he was like, oh, here we go. This person is the image of Richard Kind as the character Andy from the 1994 film Stargate.
Looks nothing like Richard Kind.
He's appeared in numerous films and television shows and is widely recognized for his role as Dr. Mark Devenel in Mad About You and as Paul Lasseter in Spin City.
Wow.
Looks nothing like Richard Kind. Nothing.
This is so wrong.
Weren't we getting like Niles from Frasier?
Sometimes though, if you like just change the image slightly, it'll save as Apple 2.
Poor Applegate.
Oh, this person is actor Chris Elliott, known for his roles in various films and television shows.
What?
Okay, here's the actual real Chris Elliott. You know who? You've probably seen him before. It's
Well,
that guy.
no, it's definitely not the guy from Schitt's Creek.
No,
the mayor from Schitt's Creek. No.
This image is a portrait of a man wearing glasses and a bow tie. The confidence is low because there were no useful search engines to identify the person. I thought they meant his confidence was low for a second.
Wow.
Because Kat Grant just told him that she works alone.
Oh my goodness.
Why are they doing that to his eyes? Oh my gosh.
I like they just keep checking his glasses. Oh my god. I can't.
Okay, we're gonna hide the bow tie so they can't mention the bow tie.
So it's not, yeah. I was gonna say that.
This image shows a man wearing glasses. Due to the lack of useful search results, it is difficult. Dive deeper, man.
Thanks, AI.
Oh my goodness.
Searching. Oh, Richard Kind again. No.
Wrong.
Okay. Thinking. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
My apologies for the previous error. This man in the image is British actor Kenneth Colley. Here, let's look up Kenneth Colley.
Who's Kenneth Colley?
What if we find out? No. Oh my goodness.
That's definitely not
Wait,
him.
30 years ago. Is this a current picture? Wrong.
I can't. Oh my god.
Say, what's wrong with you? This is wrong.
Try again.
My apologies for being a moron.
Say, this is an actor who worked at Warner Brothers
The
Studios.
actor in the image is Gary Richard Frank. He played a small role as the crooked dealer in the 1994 film Maverick. Well, I've never heard of this person. Let's see. Gary Richard Frank.
Gosh.
What if we've solved the mystery, guys? He
Of
doesn't
course
have a
there's
picture.
no photo.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, somebody got to watch Maverick.
The crooked dealer? I'm pulling it up.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen it, but
you've seen it?
Indeed. Now I bet I can change your mind. I promise that I will lose. Or at least
that's not him.
I don't think.
Okay, well, we have to at least follow the lead. You know what I'm saying? Like, can't leave any stone
I don't
unturned.
think so.
No, that's not
I
him.
don't think so. That's definitely not that guy. That guy's too old. Let's see.
becoming old. You, on the other hand, are a gunfighter.
Here's the second scene.
Exception.
AI is doubling down.
Well, if I decided to go up against you, I mean, what chance would I have?
Oh, wow.
Answer?
Looking at the second scene.
Can you imagine that guy being named Gary?
Gary? He looks
I
like
know
a Gary.
someone who's. I know
Okay,
someone
AI
who's
is
named Gary.
insisting that that's who it is, but
I'm just watching the movie here.
You're like, oh, suddenly
I don't think so. This is probably the only thing the guy has ever done. They just plucked him off of the street.
and or he's one of the crew members that we just don't know.
Exactly.
Maybe.
They were like, you have a good look. Get over here. There's a lot of gambling in this movie.
If you need some help, ask Applegate.
I work alone.
Thank you to everyone for listening today. We wish we could go on for hours talking about all the supporting players who made this season so wonderful, but we have to rein it in somewhere. If we didn't talk about one of your favorites and they appear in a later season, then that's probably where we'll cover them later. But if we really did gloss over someone you particularly enjoyed, let us know in a comment on Instagram or drop us an email. We'd love to hear from you.
How do I find you?
You can find us on Instagram or Blue Sky as Folks Forever. That's FOLCS FOREVER. Or you can visit our website at folksforeverpod.wixsite.com/podcast.
This fall, the never-ending battle between good and evil.
Kill or be killed.
Right and wrong.
You're talking about war. This is journalism.
Man and woman.
See, your problem is you think there's a difference.
Gets better than ever.
You know, Lois, it must be tough being right all the time.
Yeah, it is.
It's the return of Lois and Clark, with more exciting adventures and superstar villains than ever before.
You are in for a big surprise.
Expect the unexpected. Lois and Clark returns better than ever September 18th on ABC.